Hello, welcome to Tea with Jess. I'm hopeful that it actually works this time, and thank you. Shout out to Bernice Willis, friend and Tea with Jess viewer, who pointed out the audio was not exactly working last time around. I had my settings incorrectly put in. So we'll find out if it's working this time. Well, as Nana from my series, the Kinship Mystery series, would say, life is hard, have tea. Sometimes life is hard, meaning your microphone isn't on. Oh, well. And today's mug is the Ohioana Library mug. I love the Ohioana Library, its mission and all that it provides for people in Ohio and beyond. So I'm always happy to have some tea in my Ohioana souvenir mug. So what did I want to tell you about on today's brief Tea with Jess? I wanted to tell you about join me tonight, if you can, at 7 p.m. with another great library. This is the Cuyahoga Public Library, Cuyahoga County Public Library System. I'll be talking about my novel, The Stills, with Jennifer Jumba. So that should be an interesting discussion. I'll just share, how the novel came to be, some insights about the series, answer questions that people have. The event is free. To sign up, all you need to do is go to the Cuyahoga County Public Library website or the Cuyahoga County Public Library Facebook page. Cuyahoga is spelled, I believe, CuyahogA, and it's also a lot of fun to say, Cuyahoga. So I hope you will check out, just go find their events, check out what's available overall, and then for my event tonight, like I said, totally free. It's virtual, so you can live anywhere, be anywhere, to drop in on this virtual event in which I'm talking about the stills, and join us tonight. Why not? It should be fun. I want to tell you also about another friend's book. She's a friend of mine and has been on Tea with Jess, and her name is Jessica Strawser, Strawser, if you want to look up her Facebook page or her website. And Jessica is a fabulous author of several novels. Her most recent novel is A Million Reasons Why, and I could give you a million reasons why you want to read this book. I've read it and loved it. It's compelling, edge of the seat, insightful, deep about family relationships. And one wonderful reason why you might want to get this book this week is that it's on sale for $2.99 for all ebooks. So any ebook platform, it's $2.99. Fabulous price for a fabulous book. Why not get it? Treat yourself to taking whatever device you read your ebooks on with you to, say, a park or outside under a tree or in the comfort of your own living room, and just enjoy this amazing novel, A Million Reasons Why. So let's see, what have I been doing since I chatted with you last week and we had our wonderful guest, Heather Weber? Well, for one thing, speaking of parks, if you happen to live near Cincinnati or between Cincinnati and Dayton, there's a town called Hamilton, and Hamilton has a park called Pyramid Hill. And it's an interesting outdoor sculpture park. So it's really unique. It's a comment that we just decided last Wednesday that we would go there and have a mid-afternoon picnic. My husband has work off on Wednesdays, so why not go on a picnic on a Wednesday afternoon? So we did. We went to Pyramid Hill, and it's called Pyramid Hill not just because the area is hilly, but because the man who originally owned the land built a house kind of into one of the hills, and the exterior part that kind of provided a lot of sunlight, I'm sure, and sticks up out of the ground, looks like a glass pyramid. And so that's in sort of the middle of the park. But as time went on, he bought more land and developed ponds and whatnot. And then he started gathering outdoor sculpture, like really large, colossal, in some cases, pieces of sculpture that are almost all abstract art. Some of them are puzzling. Some of them are funny. There's one of a bee, I think, and it's called something like After Hours, and it's this bee just like dancing and having a good time and partying, as I'm sure bees do once they, get off the job of pollinating flowers and plants. So there's some humorous sculpture. There was one that was called Remembrance, that was like the foundation of an old house, and that's all that was left, was the foundation of a house, which was very poignant, to think about. And then there are other like very large, like dragonfly type sculptures or abstract sculptures that kind of inspire the imagination. So it's always good as a writer or creator of any kind to get out in the world and see art in a form that you don't create, that you might not normally see. That's not your medium. So it was really interesting to see those pieces of art. Also on this property are the remains of a house that was built there in 1820, so 200 years ago. And I'm imagining whoever built this house came out post Revolutionary War, obviously on a land grant act, and got this piece of land and built this stone house. And the bottom is basically, for us, it would be a garage. I mean, it's about the size of a garage, but I'm sure it's where they would have kept livestock and supplies for gardening and tilling the land. And looks like there was a spot where they could have had a fire in the lower level. So maybe they used it as a root cellar as well, to store grain, to store canned goods, if they can, to store dried meat, root vegetables, whatever they would have stored over the winter, and probably kept some livestock in there as well for sheltering. And then the stairs to the second floor are stone steps that lead up to a second floor, where obviously the floor for the second story is the roof for the first story. It's all kind of built into a hill. And the second story, again, you can see where there would have been a fireplace. You can see one spot where there would have been a window. And you can imagine that, the spot where they would have cooked their meals, and a couple spots where they would have slept, maybe had a table, a couple of chairs to dine on. So it was very interesting to kind of try to cast your mind back 200 years ago to think what it would have been like to have lived there. It's near a stream. They built the house near a stream, which is smart. And what that would have, how that would have been. And yet at the same time, now there are all these abstract sculptures that are very modernistic and even avant-garde. So it was a beautiful day, and lovely rolling hills. So if you're in that part of Ohio, I suggest giving Pyramid Hill a visit. Let it tickle your imagination. Take a picnic. It was a lot of fun. So that's what I've been up to since last Monday. Next Monday, I will be with my sweetheart in Savannah. We're going just because we want to go, enjoy the city, see what it's like. We've never been there before, and it's a fairly quick flight from where we live. And, why not give travel for the first time since, January of 2019? Is that right? No, sorry. What is time anyway? January of 2020 would be the last time that we traveled on a plane anywhere. So this is the first trip that we've taken since I mean, we've met up with family for Thanksgiving in a rented cabin, which was quite lovely. But that felt like just getting together with family. It didn't, it's different than going to a hotel and getting on a plane and, all of that. So we're going to give it a whirl and see what that's like, and hopefully enjoy Savannah. And we're fully vaccinated, so we feel comfortable with that. Obviously, we'll take our masks with us for the plane, and just as needed in the city of Savannah. So I've read Flannery O'Connor's books and stories in the past when I was in college, and now I bought a new collection. Well, not new, they're her stories, but new to me, ebook of her stories to read while on the plane and in Savannah. I don't know if we'll have time to go see her childhood home, but maybe we will. Velma Barber has left a comment that time is an illusion. She's right. Time is an illusion. Yes. That's a good thing to think about if you ever go to Pyramid Hill and contemplate this 1820 cabin and these avant-garde sculptures. Time is an illusion. That's kind of a great tagline for this whole little Tea with Jess break. So thank you for that. So next week I won't be doing a live Tea with Jess, but I will try to rerun Jessica Strauzer's visit with me on Tea with Jess, and I will have a podcast as well next week. And speaking of podcasts, my next guest will be August. Oh goodness, what day is that? I don't have, because time is an illusion, I do not have the calendar memorized. August 16th, Monday, August 16th, I will be looking forward to my guest, Tiffany Martin Yates. And she is a fabulous developmental editor and has a wonderful book called Intuitive Editing. So she will be talking about that. So those of you who are interested in how does the editing process work, some tips and techniques for editing your own work, we'll talk about that. Tiffany's also a novelist in her own right. She writes wonderful women's fiction under the pen name Phoebe Fox. So we'll ask her about that as well. So that's August 16th. So in the meantime, I hope you can join me tonight for the Cuyahoga County Public Library event that I'm doing, which is free at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Still plenty of time to register. And in the meantime, also remember that life is hard. Have tea. Be kind and good to one another. And I'll see you, if not tonight, in a few weeks. Thank you.